this Dingo monitoring project that we're doing, it's a follow-on from the Dingo forum that we had two years ago. This project is about basically seeing where dingoes are on within the Girringun region. So we've been working on Minyumai country for this initial project, and yeah, it's been good to see how it's going so far.
Our Indigenous Protected Areas is 1.2 million hectares. That's a big area. Our traditional owners want an understanding of what is happening out there on country to our dingoes. And this is predominantly being led by our elders from those groups. So we've invested in the camera traps. The rangers have only got out on Minyumai country first, which is one of the first groups, and put about 35 camera traps out in different areas. We'll be able to identify, where the dingoes are, how well they look, if they're in a pack structure, if they're not in a pack structure, because all of that information is vital into understanding just exactly what our only top land apex predator is doing here on country. But more importantly, it's the cultural significance of that animal too for us, and wanting to ensure that while they're in an Indigenous protected area, they're safe, and we want it to stay that way.
For the last couple of days, we've had the Minyumai Rangers, so they're from North New South Wales. We've been hosting them for the last 2 days, and also just seeing what they're doing on country as well. I know they've been doing some work with the dingoes down within their area. Just want to hear their stories on what they've been doing since the Dingo forum as well. As we know, a lot of our areas have the same issues with dingoes, and it's good that traditional owners now are starting to lead the push in regards to dingo management back on country.
Before we came up for the forum, I think us rangers from Minyumai were just looking for, knowledge to what should we do with dingoes, how do we monitor dingoes, but it was more than that. It was about protecting them. So it was, a shock to see that mob are really fighting for dingoes and helping dingoes, and it just was like an eye-opener for all of us mob down home to everyone's getting together, so let's just join and help dingoes out. Both Girringun Rangers and Minyumai Rangers got in the utes together and went to 2 different sites on 2 different days to collect Girringun's camera traps.
So yesterday when looking at the cameras, we found a lot more dingoes than I expected and not many little pigs. I don't think there's as much pigs out there because of the dingoes.
From a young age, I've always loved the dingoes. We've always grown up knowing that this is their home as well, and so to be able to be at Girringun and learn more about them and be given the opportunity to share knowledge makes it a little bit more special, so we can advance in whatever we're trying to do with that project.
So today was my first day with the Minyumai Rangers. I think it's been good having them come up here. Yeah, just to exchange knowledge, from their country to ours, show them a bit of how we do it. They're showing us stuff too, so yeah, I think it's good to exchange information, knowledge, yeah.
I found this experience, it's an amazing opportunity, and to see what these fellas up this way are doing compared to what we're doing back down home in New South Wales, and trying to get some insight and new knowledge to take back down home and try to introduce that back down there, so into New South Wales. Well, the shared knowledge between mob is really important so that we all move forward together. It's actually really exciting to see that we're actually making a change slowly, but it's happening, and to use Western science with cultural knowledge, it's actually really making a big difference. So hopefully the other mob out there can get on board and expand the project.
Yeah, the Dingoes definitely brought us together. You know, it's like we have the same goals in protecting the dingo, and we're very connected in that way. Girringun inspired us to implement our own dingo monitoring on our country. They've been a huge encouragement, a very big inspiration for us to spread awareness about dingoes and their conservation, preservation on country. And we've been doing a lot of great stuff with dingoes, and yeah, our main goal is protecting them and making sure that New South Wales government, protects them and lists them as a protected species in the legislation. I can see in the future that it'll inspire other RPAs and land councils and all over Australia, hoping to see some, protection plans implemented across Australia, anywhere, to protect the dingo.